Hi, Ray Pointer here, and I want to demonstrate how easily you can use AI to generate Python code to enable you to do all sorts of interesting things with files, even if you've got no real background in programming. So I've opened up Google Colab, I've opened a notebook, and we're ready to go. So I need to click on here to get a coding window. I'm going to tell it to generate. And then I'm going to put in my command. I'm going to ask it to, well, tell it that I want to upload a file from my hard drive. So it's given me some code. It's going to mount the drive, which is good. And then I'm going to have to replace the actual location of the file with this file here, which is just called data. And the one I want to use is this one over here, which is 1,000 reviews of Disney. So I click on the three dots, I get the path. Now I can come back over here. I'm going to delete this file name that it suggested. And we've put in the one there. And then we just click the run button. And it tells me that it's uploaded that, and it shows me the first 5 rows in the data. And what we've got here is got a review ID, it's got a rating of the visit, it's got when the data was collected, which country the person is from, and then their comment, and then which branch of Disney were they talking about. So all of these 5 were looking at Hong Kong. So we're going to do some more code now. We generate another one of those, and what I want to do is do sentiment analysis. So I'm going to do it in 2 stages. Probably on my own I would just do it in 1, but it's going to be a little bit clearer in 2 stages. I'm going to add a new column to this data called sentiment polarity and another column called sentiment. So let's see what the code looks like. I hit return and it shows me the new code. It's going to create a column for sentiment polarity in the data frame, which is the structure it uses. It's going to create one for sentiment. It's going to give them holding values of 0 and neutral, and that all seems fine. And then it's going to just show me the top few items in the data file. That's what .head means. So we do that and it shows us the top few, and we can see that the polarity for all of them is 0, and we can see that the sentiment is neutral. So now we want to put some real values into there. So we got another one of these little, we can type code in directly, or, and this is what we're asking all the time, we're asking Colab, Gemini in effect, to generate the text. So for the entries in review text, calculate the sentiment polarity and put that in the sentiment polarity column, and put the sentiment in the sentiment column. I'm going to hit return and it shows me the text. It's going to bring a library called TextBlob. And with that library, it's going to go through everything that's in the data frame. It's going to work its way through them. It's going to first of all call the TextBlob routine to get the sentiment polarity, and then it's going to allocate positive, negative or neutral depending on what those polarities are. So we'll run that routine. And what it's done now is created that data, and it's put in a sentiment polarity for every item in the data file. So we'll do a little bit of a cross check before we export it. So again, we create another of these little coders. We're going to click generate. We put in the text, calculate the average rating for the people whose reviews gave positive, neutral and negative scores, and show me the number of people classed as positive, neutral and negative. So I hit return and it shows me the code then. The code is incredibly simple. Python is such a powerful language. So sentiment stats from the data frame, group by sentiment, rating aggregated, mean and count. And then we've got the heading for that so that we can get some clarification, and it's going to output it to us. So let's just run that routine. And what we see is that there were 99 negative reviews. They had an average rating of 3. There were 893 positive reviews and they had a rating of nearly 4.4. There were 8 neutral reviews, so not very many at all. We might want to go back and play around with some of those values. We could say bigger than 0.1 is positive and smaller than negative 0.1 is a negative score. So things like that. Anyway, I'm just showing you very quickly what we're going to do. So we're going to export that file now. So another of these coders, again, we want to click on generate and we're just going to tell it to export this data as an Excel file. So we hit return so that we see what the Python code is. Here's the Python code. It's going to export it. It's going to give it sentiment analysis results. Is going to be the file name. We could change that file name. It's going to go to my drive, which is fine. I'm happy with it going there. So let's run that routine. And then we can open that file. Here's the file that we exported. Okay, let's make it all a bit more readable. So I've just tidied that up a little bit, and if we just scroll down till we find a negative, here's a negative, and we can see lots of comments about being very expensive and too few rides. That seems pretty good. We've got another one here, feel so let down about this place. So there we are. In a really simple way, we've opened up Colab, we've asked it what to do, it has generated the Python code. Of course you need to check a bit more than I've gone through here, but hopefully that's shown you how you can get started with what is being called vibe coding at the moment.